Welcome back. Another edition. I've called this one here the Saturday Night Special. We haven't really got a name for this whole Saturday night thing yet, right? There's this, you can do a Saturday hang,
Listen,
Saturday night watch the Leafs lose. I don't know.
or the Canadians lose. I don't know. Listen, the Canadians are losing to the worst team in the NHL.
They're not playing Toronto.
No, they're playing the Bruins.
Okay. So Corn Dog here, and I pointed the first time in 3 weeks. I pointed the wrong way. Donnie McPhee on the other side, who is back all freshly rejuvenated because you were at Tiverton, Rhode Island this afternoon.
So, Mr. Doug, I did have to partake in some cornhole. It's been as you know, we've talked about it this week. It's been a heavy week for both my family and yours. And, yesterday after everything finished with my dad, I kind of said to myself, I have a little time tomorrow that I can spare that's, maybe it's not family time, that I can just kind of go and decompress, right? And get back to doing, one of the things I love. So this morning, woke up, cleaned the house a little bit for my wife so I get a hall pass, and then jumped in the car, drove an hour and a half south to Tiverton, Rhode Island. Went down to see some friends at the Open. It was great to see, Joe Harsh was there running it. Josh Keck was there running it. Sean Haley was there, all part of the ACL. Got to see some great friends there too that had some booths. Let's see, Siva Cornhole had a booth there, and Black Sheep LD Ward was there with Black Sheep, so I got to sit there and talk to those guys for a little bit, and then I just got to roam around the facility for about 3 hours. I had no agenda. I went live a couple times just to do some games and took a couple pictures. I congratulated though, because if you guys don't watch the face, Jeff Reynolds, big announcement, has once again been signed to Team Reynolds.
Wow.
Yes. It's a huge get. It's a big get.
Yes.
So I did find him. I congratulated him on his signing for the 6th year in a row. I love every year when he posts that. It makes me laugh. It's the greatest thing ever. It warms the cockles of my heart. But it was great.
We have one comment here. We got one comment here. Look at that.
Listen, I look younger. Because here's the thing. I think my hair just keeps growing more as I get older. I don't know what it is, but literally, I was going to get a haircut the other day, and I ran out of energy. I just couldn't do it. So, listen, just let it go. But the beard is getting a little out of control. Pretty soon, I might be able to, pretend I'm from, Maine or Saskatchewan. I don't know which one.
You did say you were kind of incognito there today, that no one really knew who you were. Maybe that's because you're looking younger.
Well, it's the beard, though, because usually I don't have the beard. So a lot of people just, walk by me. That's what, I don't know what it is. Listen, I don't have any bald spots, as you can see. It's getting thicker and thicker as it goes on. It is getting gray because my daughter has her boyfriend over tonight, so it is getting a lot more gray. But it is what it is.
Mm-hmm. And at least you got to go to an Open. We're being told that we're having Opens announced here Monday and Tuesday, but for me doing live feeds and working them, I'm not allowed to know when they are. I have to be like.
Well, Doug, here's the great thing. It's the first Open I went to, and I didn't lose a game.
I've already had a couple of those now. Well, one at least. But yeah. But and as I see, there is a comment there that I heard that you were able to find out at least a date for maybe the first Open here in Canada, because there was someone maybe kind of talking about it there.
Doug, I don't open and tell. No, there's a lot of talk about what's happening, what's going on. So, I mean, I think everybody out there knows that it's rumored to be. I think it's the last full weekend in January.
I don't know. I've asked. I was told I don't need to know.
It's rumored to be the last weekend in January up in Canada. I believe it is supposed to be in people in the chat, since you've heard, I believe it's supposed to be kind of in the same area, if I'm correct, in the Niagara area, potentially.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
know.
not 100% sure, but I did see a lot of great people there. I got to see some of my Team Titan brethren. I got to see Trey Birchfield and Adam Hisner. I got to see Devin and Kyle were there. Got to see Tony and Mark play a couple games, they were throwing really well. And then I got to see a lot of my local friends up here in the Boston, New England area. So it was great to see everybody, and it was a lot of fun. My next big one will be in a month, almost in exactly a month. I'll be in Utica, New York for the Northeast conference, I believe it is.
Yeah, in a month I will be at the Ontario Conference tournament, December 8th to 10th. I'll be there. I'll be on the Friday night. Not sure if I'm going to be going live yet on the Friday night for the blind draw portion, but I will be live on the Saturday and the Sunday for the doubles and singles. So that's because the other real job kind of got in the way of that there. But yeah. So people in the chat are talking that I'm the only one that doesn't know. Put in the chat. Let me know where I'm going to be going, or if I'm going to be going, or if the other couple of people, I've already heard that some other people at work have already put in for vacation time the end of January. So I may not be there doing any live feeds, but that's just the way it is.
Well, that's the hard part too. I mean, we talked about this in the past. I mean, between each other, that it's hard because with real day jobs, it's hard to take time off sometimes if you don't get enough notice, especially for you, where you're in a smaller kind of shop, right? You've only got a couple other people around you, so one person asks for time off. That's 25% of the workforce. You might not be able to get those 1 or 2 days off to travel, especially where sometimes for most of us it's a day or two travel. I was talking with Adam Hisner today. He leaves tomorrow morning, so Sunday morning at 6:40. Okay, he has to fly from Rhode Island to Atlanta, and he's going the wrong way. I know what you're thinking. He lives in Ohio, so he's got to go to Atlanta, and then he doesn't get home, I believe, until like 1:30 in the morning on Monday.
Wow.
So he's traveling for almost 24 hours, and that's really just to save money on flights and stuff like that. I mean, I was telling him it probably would have been better for him because living in the Cleveland, Ohio area, 9-hour drive in a car probably would have been easier because you can leave halfway through the day and still get home at a reasonable hour. Yep. But then Monday morning he still has to go back to work because he might not have the vacation day, so it makes it even harder.
Yeah. Well, I even that's the one thing I sometimes don't understand about flights is that they send you different places. Because I had a friend who came from Phoenix. We were going to the 600 in Charlotte. I was supposed to meet them. They were going to drive me. I think actually no, it wasn't for the race. Still going down to Charlotte for another race kind of thing. And I was supposed to meet them at the airport. They were going to drive me to where we were going to be going, and they went Phoenix to Minneapolis to Charlotte.
But that's the hard part is sometimes you got to go to hubs, right? Depending on the airline you're flying in, you got to go to a hub or one of their bigger airports just to get someplace else. So I mean, it's travel can be a little difficult when you're kind of out of the way. I mean, I'm kind of lucky because I have two big airports right around me. I have Boston Logan and I have Manchester. But to get to some of the smaller airports, when I went out to Triple Crown last year, I had to fly into South Dakota to drive a half an hour back into Iowa just because where the place that we were playing was, so sometimes you got to kind of do that stuff. But I also left my house at 4:00 in the morning and didn't get to Iowa till 4:00 their time. So it was a 12-hour, technically flight time, not really in the air for 12 hours, but flying because I had to stop in Chicago for like 3 or 4 hours. So, it makes it tougher when you start thinking about, and the good thing is I was getting paid. I wasn't paying. So, if I had flown out there and still came in first place, which, could happen because I'm damn handsome and I'm good at cornhole. But, I mean, would that trip have been worth it after paying for flights and hotel and everything else like that? I mean, there's still some massive payouts out there, but are you breaking even or are you just coming ahead? How's that working once you start going?
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, Candy Hawkins is in here.
Well, last thing, if you see, that's what you want to be. When we ask people to come into the post show, we have the 2 hour kind of party afterwards. Can we say that Candy was part of it? Because I think she was asleep in the room.
She was in the background.
For the after party last weekend.
Listen, I bet you if we sent her a link, we could get Bruce on here to talk.
Probably could.
And you know what? If there's one thing that Bruce is good at, he can talk. Kenny, I'm coming back to see you soon. I'm trying to get back there before the next tournament. I want to come down there a couple times a year. You know, I got to start house hunting. I mean, how am I going to move down there in a couple of years if I don't find a place to live?
I'm still waiting for the invite to get to.
Doug, you've had an open invite to the tournament every year. I mean, come on. You got to come to the Mecca of Titan bags.
Well, the last one, though, I had a conflict.
You did.
Although I probably would have had a better time. I'm not saying the guys at the race were fun, but with the amount of rain that since I did watch the race from the airport on the Monday when I was coming home, but I probably would have had a better time down there.
Listen, Bag and Bash this year was amazing because Brandon did the invitation only on Friday night, where for some of us could buy in, but the pros he invited some pros to be in there, and there's a possibility of a blind draw where you got matched up with a pro. Complete bullshit because who gets matched up? Jordan Power and Cheyenne, two of the worst players in the world. I mean, Jesus Christ. And, they killed everybody because they were dead on. But Jimmy Sear, I believe, came in second place. And I don't know how the hell it happened because the kid, he does have big boobs, but he was shooting out his tits that night. Jesus Christ. I don't know where the hell he was getting those bags. I don't know who taught him how to play cornhole because, Jesus, it was amazing. But it was an amazing time. So we got to play on Friday night, and then Friday night it was over. We drove back to the venue because I brought the camper, Brendan Hayes' camper.
I know because you were supposed to have a stop in on the Thursday night to hang out with me, but you decided just to go right to the back.
No, we stopped at Crave Cornhole because we were running a little late because the driving situation was a little weird, and don't want to talk about that right now.
But then I did notice that you were at a blind draw that was close to me. Didn't even let me know that you were at that blind draw that was close to where I was. Just saying.
What, the Crave one?
Well, the one that the Gores were at and all that.
Yeah, that's great. That was Crave Cornhole.
Well, because is that not right in Concord?
I don't even know what town it was in. I just put it in the GPS and it just said turn left, turn right, turn left.
I think it was in Concord.
Yeah, because I think Mickey, who owns it, I think he bought an old armory that was in the middle of Concord. So, when I say the middle of Concord, between the two stoplights that were in town.
Well, it's not the northeast Concord. It's the southeast Concord.
No, but the great thing is though, with down at Bag and Bash, they do it's technically a 3-day tournament for most people. It's a 2-day tournament, but we got to hang out there the entire time and have a blast. Doug, you would love it because, we had the little pavilion, but then once everybody went home, we kind of could just hide in the back and just, have a couple of adult beverages and just sit around and talk with, some of the pros and the people that make some of the most amazing equipment in the world. So it was a lot of fun. It's a blast. And, I will do whatever it takes to make that pilgrimage every year. Next year, I may need to look at it because I might not have an RV at that point. Gotta figure out.
If I happen to get a certain, like a new bag sponsor or something, I can maybe that camper has made that trip down south. I can just go that couple hours further.
Well, listen, I can drive down in my own car and we can figure it out. We can just make it there. I just might need a place to sleep, Doug, because my camper might be part of an estate sale. That's all I gotta say.
Well, mine sleeps like 7, right? So it's
Listen, I'm one human, so that we're sold. But it's a lot of fun, and that's what I love, dude. I love just going to tournaments like that and hanging out with everybody, especially, the people that you really connect with, right? Like, there's people on this chat that I would love to go and hang out with. I would love to, camp with Cornhole at the campsite. That's Kendall, right? We like to go and just hang out, and
Yes, it
just
is. Yeah,
just
it's
have
Mr. Keaton. Keaton. Yeah.
Keaton. Damn it, Kendall is from friggin' West Georgia. That's why. No, but I'd love to. I'd love to hang out with everybody, and I'd love to hang out with Derek. I've only seen him in his creepy hotel rooms when he's working. But it's so much fun to connect with the most amazing people in this game. And I know Candy's in the chat, and she said I can stay with her. I know I can stay with them anytime. I love Candy and Bruce, who work for Titan Bags in West Georgia. I talk to them all the time. They are literally, I can't even call them a second family, Doug, because it's family, right?
Yeah, no, for
I
sure.
mean, when I talk about you and I talk about them, it's family. We all have those people that we're related to by blood, but then we have those people we're related to by just our hearts. And I could say that you and them, it completely is. You know what I mean? Steve even wants to hang out. We might let Steve hang out.
I've hung out with Steve. He's a very mellow guy.
Well, that's good because I'm mellow too. I'm a pretty quiet guy.
Yeah.
Well, the best thing ever was today when I showed up at Tiverton. Joe Harsh looks at me and goes, "You're here?" I go, yeah, I'm standing right here. He goes, I didn't hear you, so I didn't know if you were here. It's like, listen, I'm incognito. I'm being quiet today. Okay, I'm just here to hang out. I'm gonna build up that energy again.
Well, I gotta say one thing before we continue here, because you almost said his name before when you were talking about people you've seen there. Gotta give a shout out to Trey Ryder for his 500th Peloton ride today. He's looking pretty good.
Yes, we can do the horse face party pooper race again. Doug, I'll tell you that story. We'll keep going. Thank all the people, but then I'll tell you that story.
Well, maybe we can do that as a post show one.
Yeah, we might be able to.
But just it's to congratulate him on that, because it's he's trying to get in shape. He's getting back into shape. He was looking good there before. And he's getting back in because he has to make those Disney treks around the world.
Listen, here's the thing. Shit. Disney should be sponsored by Peloton and all this other crap, because you walk through Disney and there is so much garbage food around you that you just want to eat. Like, anytime I go to Epcot, I want that stupid turkey leg. And that thing has got to be so genetically engineered because it's like the size of your head. It's the dumbest thing ever. Like, just eating that alone is stupid. And then, you go to the Magic Kingdom, all the friggin' treats and shit that are on. I just want everything.
Yeah.
I turn into a fat kid at Disney.
When we were there, just a second here. I got I've got to get rid of this. Oh my god!
We just installed the cough button for Doug, everybody. So just say
yeah. I thought the one for the last couple weeks, I thought the one on the headphones here was working, but it wasn't. I was not told that. But when we were there, the two things that were the stupidest things that I just loved eating was the luau at the Polynesian Resort.
The Polynesian, yep.
Because you get the all you can drink as well, right, for alcohol, which. Doing that one the night before you're supposed to be up at 7 a.m. to go do your Richard Petty driving experience. Not because when we ordered extra alcohol, and then they gave us traveling coffee cups to as for the ride home. But there was that, and then the other one was the hoop-de-doo.
Jimmy Sears says, Candy Hawkins, what did I do? Jimmy, I'm glad you're in here. We were talking about you. You're amazing finish at Bag and Bash. That's what we were talking about, Jimmy. You were shooting out your ass that night. And by the way, Jimmy has now copyrighted the big check. So Jimmy, anytime Jimmy comes to a tournament near you, you need to have that Happy Gilmore big check for Jimmy.
So now during COVID and in our Zoom chats, I remember with Jimmy. Now, did he move down south, or is he still up with you guys?
No, so Jimmy was up here in the Worcester area, the Worcester, Upper Connecticut area, which for me is about a half an hour, 45 minutes, depending on how you drive. And then he moved down to Georgia. He's a little bit, Jimmy, get me correct, a little kind of, he's a little northeast of Atlanta, kind of bit in there, because we still had to drive to Atlanta after I left his house one time. So he's about, I want to say 45 minutes to an hour, maybe a little more from West Georgia and Villarica.
Because I think during COVID, were we not seeing him renovate his house as well? While he was in those Zoom chats, I think, or trying to.
I think during COVID, I think we were there. I think he was, I think he might have been renovating because he was moving at the same time. Yeah. So I think as we were doing stuff and kind of doing all our stuff, he was getting ready to leave this area to go down there.
Yeah, and for Keaton in the chat, I want to know what alcohol is. All you can drink alcohol.
No. Alcohol, that's Hawaiian for alcohol.
Okay.
I speak Keaton. Okay. So you were talking about a luau, and he wanted some alcohol.
Okay.
Listen, I can help out here. No, but that would be great. I think if I'm hoping a certain fruit company might buy certain parts of Disney, and maybe we could do an ESPN Open, an Apple ESPN Open.
Wow. Well, yeah, because they have the ESPN, the whole sports resort that's there.
Yeah, they have that big complex where they do all the cheering and the band stuff.
Yep. And now one of the major league teams has their spring training there as well too, I think.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I know a bunch of them do in Florida because that's the Sunshine League, I guess it's called, right? Because I know the Sox.
No, Grapefruit League.
Grapefruit League, yeah, because the Sox are in. They're off on the coast, but I think there's 7 or 8 teams down there, and then you've got the friggin' other league in Arizona where you die after noon. I mean, because it's so damn hot. Jesus Christ, who wants to do anything in Arizona after 11 o'clock in the morning?
Okay, well, I guess I know there's a few cornhole players that want to.
Yeah, Jimmy says I renovated my house with liquor during COVID.
Like I said, I remember seeing that.
But Jimmy did not almost burn down his house like another friend did when he was making those potatoes, Doug, if you remember. Keith Buxton was baking. He was baking slices of potatoes to make potato skins or something. I don't know, but he burnt down the house because the alarms were going off and he had to set up a fan and blow the black smoke out. It was crazy. Yeah, Cactus League and Grapefruit League. There you go.
Well, Jimmy's looking for a bag and bash partner for next year.
Damn it, there better be. Candy, get on the big check. Jimmy needs a big check. I don't care if he comes in 72nd and it's negative $22. He needs a big check.
Well, and speaking of big checks, how about the Open in Tiverton today? Gavin Cano cashes in for the second time in 3 Opens for doubles championship. Him and Caleb Batson beat Devin Harbaugh and Kyle Malone in the final.
There were some great bags being thrown down there, honestly. But the one thing is, as I walked around and talked to people, the venue was just like any other venue. You playing on the the complete right side, and bags are going fast because maybe the boards are a little colder. You got on the other side of the venue, bags are going slower because it's a little warmer, and then there was some bags that were at the end of the venue that didn't have a ton of light on them. So, some people were like, wow, you go over there. If you have bad eyesight, don't try to play over there because you're not going to find the board.
Well, and then the other thing I was noticing you also had to deal with was that roller hockey going on. So you had I forget who I'd seen throwing on at the blind draw last night. And as they were about to throw, the period ended. And as they released the bag, you could hear the buzzer go off, and they just completely. I'm not even sure if the bag even hit the board.
Well, the thing with it is as I was there, I was watching the live feed court, and I was just kind of standing in the background, and it was Jimmy Humans and his partner versus Justin Stranger and who's that guy that just got put on that team. Jeff Reynolds.
Mr. Reynolds, yes. And,
Jeff Reynolds, who is now on Team Reynolds. Congratulations, Jeff.
Human's partner was Brady Foster.
Yeah, so they're playing, and I had to go find a used pizza box because there was a skylight up on the roof.
Little Caesar's
Yeah,
box.
Caesar's box. But no, but I literally had to hold as Jimmy was throwing, I was holding a pizza box up just so it wasn't blinding in his eyes. Because, Jimmy's a step thrower.
Yeah.
And as he stepped, he would be in the darkness and then step into the light. It was like Carol Ann all over again, coming through the light, and it would throw him off. So I'm like, Jimmy, when you throw it, I'll hold up this box. He's like, you'll do that? I'm like, I'm just standing here doing nothing. Like, get me a beer later, whatever, no big deal. But yeah, like I'm holding up a friggin' pizza box on the side, and half the venue's just staring at me like, who's the homeless guy with the pizza box? I mean, but I was wearing all of my Team Titan gear. Look at because I had my Team Titan polo on because I'm the assistant manager of Team Titan, so I had to go down there and represent.
Yeah, so Gavin Cano and his partner Caleb Batson for this weekend took down the win, and then after in their post interview, they'll be teaming up again next weekend in Memphis.
Nice. Listen, the next couple coming up, I think are going to be pretty cool. I wish I could go to all of them. You've got Memphis coming up, which is just before the week before Thanksgiving.
That's next weekend.
Yeah, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah.
Although Thanksgiving was like a month ago.
No, Doug, we're in America. We're America.
Hey. We do it first.
Listen,
do it first.
Yeah, you do it first. You do it worth. Oh, Bruce and Brandon are going to Memphis. Damn it! I should have gone to Memphis. Could have gone and seen Elvis and Brandon and Brucey. Damn it! But the one that I think is going to be the coolest, right? Is Myrtle Beach for New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Because that is off season down there. So for all the pros that are trying to play, I think they can get a value going down there. You know what I mean? Because you're not paying as much as you would for some of these other places. Because I think the most expensive place, I think, in this first half of the year was Tiverton because of just, flying into New England. But, I think Memphis is going to be – Memphis is probably number 2, but I think it's going to be pretty cool for the last two to close out the first half of the year.
I want to say, is this now the third year for Myrtle Beach on New Year's Eve?
I think it might be second or third year, I think, for Myrtle Beach, right?
Yeah, because they do the big it's going to be the big high school and college. Well, it was college last year. High school is going to be the biggest thing for this year for the first time.
Hey, listen, people will fight over a $79 TV. I mean, come on, what's the big deal?
I know that on the Thursday night, I get no sleep because it's just because my wife and there's like 7 of them go to Port Huron, Michigan, and I'm getting text messages all night. Do you want this? Do you want this? Do you want this? Because they go down there and they don't like sleep till like Friday night because they're at the mall the whole time.
No, they just power shop. Listen, my wife used to do it. I mean, I work in retail, so I used to do the whole thing where we would do Thanksgiving in the U.S. at like noon, like 12, 1 o'clock. I'd be in bed by 3 o'clock. I'd be up by like 8 or 9 o'clock at night. I'd have to go back to work at midnight, get everything set up to open at like 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. And then I would be there till like 8 or 9 o'clock that night. And I would work the entire weekend. I mean, I was living on Red Bull and a prayer the entire weekend. And it was crazy. Like the whole thing down here is it's silly. I mean, I'm not going to fight you over $79 TV. And, the thing is, like, some of these people put, like, we have 4 PS5s. If you're not the first 3 people in line, don't get in line.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, the other thing is that she said you see those people just kind of going down, especially the toy aisles and that. It's like they're just hoarding stuff in their carts, and then they look for an empty aisle, and they're actually looking to see what they actually got. And then they're tossing stuff out. So if you're trying to look for some actual specific, easy for me to say, specific thing, you may find it like 8 aisles over in like the women's clothing.
Listen, here's the thing, Doug. I literally just get the obligatory dad gifts for Christmas. I'm like, listen, I just need a couple white T-shirts, some underwear, and some socks. That's all I need because everything else for the rest of the year I buy myself. You know what I mean? or my sponsor sent me my beautiful cornhole bags, my beautiful cornhole boards, my beautiful signs. Listen, I don't need anything else. I've got everything I have. I have all these beautiful people, and I get to play this beautiful game. I don't need anything else. Maybe if Thor Industries would call me back and send me a Damon Outlaw for Christmas, that would be good. But I don't see that happening anytime soon. Or if Harley Davidson wants to sponsor me too and get me a motorcycle with a sidecar, I can come down there and pick up candy and we can go out in the sidecar. I mean, come on, what am I going to do? I need some big sponsors. I need some big ones that are going to give me some beautiful gifts, because my other sponsors give me amazing gifts already. They give me the gift of playing this game and having fun.
Well, speaking of your sponsor, I see that Kyle Hill is in the chat. He came down to play in KW on Thursday night, and every time I seen him, I was like, "You got inside baseball with Mr. Bruce," and then he just Candy. I think he may have some competition, because I think Kyle may have had a little bit of a crush, because he would just get this huge smile on his face and nod his head. Yeah, he's like, he was still talking about all the info that he took in that Bruce was giving him. He was still in awe.
Listen, Bruce is an amazing hang, because he has so much cornhole knowledge in that head of his. It's amazing. I mean, he can tell you what almost every piece of fabric is going to do, what every bag's going to do. He can tell you 6 different companies which bag is the same exact thing. It's just amazing. It is such insider baseball information as to when you're talking to him. I love those conversations, because it's so amazing. And you kind of do get that little bit of a man crush on him, because he's got those flowing locks, and then he starts talking cornhole and gets my juices flowing. That's all I gotta say.
Oh, and look, speaking of man out there, if I could have found a way to hit record with all the stuff he was saying, I would have found a way to do it. But it was just, our thing is, we the post show stuff is anything goes. We're not recorded.
Well, that's the thing, is the post show is a vault. You can be in the post show, but guess what? The post show is the post show. Anybody records it, they will be kicked out. And this is where I put in the legal disclaimer. There's no recording of the post show. And if you get invited in, you're going to respect the rules of the post show. The rules of the post show, the only rule is no recording. There are no other rules of the post show.
Yes.
And you have to be in the chat to be part of the post show. Mm-hmm. If you're not in the chat and playing along, notepads are not fine. They cannot be recorded or written down at all.
I even had one person that I went to invite for last week's post show. He thought he was actually coming in live. He's like, "I didn't see anything extra that you guys saw." I was like, "Because it's not for the public eyes."
No, Bruce, it's not where you're at the post show. The reason we had you in the post show is because you started texting me during the show. But we do want to bring you on for one of these shows to kind of do a little inside cornhole and be able to talk to the fans and see what's going on. And we'll coordinate that maybe tonight.
Well, I was even going to say, do we want to bring him in for the last half hour?
Let's see. Hold on.
If him and Candy want to come on, and while you're doing that, there, I will talk about some results. We had 2 regionals in Ontario here today. One in Cannington, where the open doubles was taken down by Dave Dean and Connor McCormick. Singles was won by Nyan Shaw and the Four Joke guys down in St. Thomas. It was the American Invaders that came in on Veterans Day in the States, Remembrance Day here, and took us down. Jordan Brown, Steve Gray took doubles, and then Jordan Brown took the singles. Both guys from Michigan that came down to play. And both of them were really well attended. I think they both had around 20 teams in the open division. They had the other divisions going as well. I just didn't get the results for that. So that's what went on today in our 2 regionals that we had here. I'm not sure if any of the people from Newfoundland, if Sean is still in there or he's a bunch of beers deep. Kyle, you got him and TJ Gilroy throwing their Titan bags with the knowledge that they got last week. Came in second in the competitive doubles. But I know Sean, if he's still in the chat, I think they had 94 people last night, if I'm not mistaken, at a charity tournament on a
Really?
Friday night.
90
I think
people?
I think they had 90 at one, and I want to say I think I heard like 64 at the other.
Wow. Now, was that a BYOP or was it a blind draw at the charity?
They mostly do blind draw stuff, I believe.
Love that. Oh, Kyle, my favoriteest bag in the whole wide world, Dwellers.
Well, wasn't that his big talking point?
Yeah. So, Kyle, which Dwellers do you have though? What colorway? Because mine are the all brown. I did get some of the pink gray ones. I just haven't broke those in yet as a backup bag, but I do have the all brown Dwellers. That is my go-to bag right now. Oh, Derek says 64.
Okay, well, we may get an echo because it says that he may cause an echo. So
I'm not causing an echo.
Well, that's the message I got, and I'm getting myself back in my ear.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? The man, the myth, the myth.
Yeah, I'm gonna go into a separate room. Georgia Bulldogs are beating the fire out of Ole Miss, so there's no need to pay attention to that game anymore.
Well, I was talking to some of our friends that want to meet up with Reba at the game.
He is at the game. He is at the Ole Miss Georgia game.
Well, I guess next week or the week after, so like the championship.
No. Next week is Georgia, Tennessee. Oh, that light is not doing well. Yeah, next week is Georgia, Tennessee. But well, it kind of did. I'm not in a studio. I don't have a basement. We're gonna get the echo from where Candy's watching the podcast.
You just gotta mute one.
We gotta mute one.
I think it came up saying that was the Android Google device.
Those damn Androids.
No, them Androids that's the money shot. Here, we're gonna find a place to put you. Oh, that's a good place. Look, I had family portraits back there. Candy, you want to come just hold the camera?
No, I don't.
Bruce, they want to know how big your house is. They said you watch it like 5 doors.
They want to know how big my house is?
Let's say you watch it like 5 doors.
To me, it's okay. I mean, it's not big. I don't know what a big house is.
2,500? $3,000?
No,
1,500?
or 14.
14.
I would say between the 1,500 and 1,700.
1550.
All right, Candy's saying 1,450, but I've told her how big 6 inches is. So
God.
I think I'm doing good. All right, we're gonna have to hold this and walk around like we're at Blair Witch. Who wants to know how big my house is? How do I see that?
Well, it's because you went through 5 doors. Oh,
He's gone. He's gone.
He hit the wrong button. Oh my God, I love him. Oh yes, it does sound like a million Georgia. Oh my! So here's the thing: I did research on some houses down there because I want to move down into kind of that area because I want to be, south, and I want to live a much simpler lifestyle with a lot more land. Because from what I can sell in Boston to what I can buy down there, I could buy a friggin' mansion. I don't want that. I want a small house with lots of land, Doug.
Okay, he's gonna come back in. So it's got a message coming from me saying now I have to ask him to wear headphones.
Okay.
To avoid the echo.
All right.
Do you have headphones?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can put in my
I want to wave it down here.
my headphones. Yeah, hold on.
But anyway,
Let me.
I think our big thing.
What's up, baby girl?
Hi, sunshine.
You're causing the echo.
Shut up.
So I did have one guy at our league night on Thursday night say that he wasn't he wasn't in agreement with your bag color makes a difference in how the speed of the bag.
Yes.
All right. How do we? Once I put my headphones in and they Bluetooth to my phone, how does that work?
Are you paired? Can you hear us through your headphones?
Well, I can hear you when I take them out, but not when I have my headphones in.
Well, you gotta go into your Bluetooth settings and pair them to your phone.
They are paired to my phone. That's your problem. They are
this
paired
is the fun
to my
we
phone.
have with Cornhole.
I mean, the only reason why I have echoes, dipshit over here is eating popcorn and watching me look like an idiot.
Yeah.
Well, is that every day?
Well, yeah, every day. See, did you hear the echo? That's the echo we're talking about. Maybe she needs to wear headphones.
I love you.
Got
Both.
my headphones in, but because of this new apparatus and this new website.
So Bruce, we won't talk. But what do you think about someone arguing about your bag color argument?
Only the black.
I mean,
So
the bag.
just so everybody knows, in the private chat we had, we talked about bag colors and how that can affect the way the bag plays.
Correct. So I mean, it is to each his own. My bag color of choice is different than a lot. Because the way I designed the bag. So a lot of it has to do with what you choose. Then you have to get accustomed to it and you just need to play with it. I mean, that's just those are just facts.
So
you're not going to any person, if I tell you, like we did last week, if I tell you what colors to get on your bag to make them play a certain way, is still not going to make you play better.
No, but it might solve some issues some people have.
It can, if somebody's on the verge of, hanging a bag, second or third bag, and it doesn't slide in. But in the same aspect, you still have to throw that bag. So it doesn't matter what the color is. You still have to throw it all 4 times. The bowling, you get 1 ball. That's all you get. Doesn't matter the color that you picked. You picked it based on what it was made of. You still have to throw it.
I get what you're saying.
So, I mean, it kind of plays. I'm just trying to give you, last week it was, hey, don't get a custom bag and then be pissed off because it doesn't play the way you want it to.
Well, the thing with it is, I saw a lot of the pros this weekend throwing brighter bags. Some
Takes less ink.
Yeah, but bright, pinks, yellows.
It moves
orange.
faster.
One of the greatest players in the whole wide world, Adam Hisner, was throwing those yellow, what are they, the Furies, Ravager Furies?
No, he was throwing Tyrants with Trey today.
Oh, but they were triple colored.
Yeah, that was the green, the lemon limes, the green and yellows.
So we'll call those the Sprite bags. Oh, wait a minute, there's that trademark?
We call them lemon limes. Hold on, let's do this.
Oh, wait, I had that little koozie around me. I lost it.
Well, it's around you. It's not on my beer.
Listen, you know what my beer is in my belly.
Well, the conversation I had with the one guy this week was that he was not sure of the darker colors with being a little heavier. or a little thicker with the because I'm not sure if a lot of people know about the whole most all bags start white, and
Correct.
and to make color in it, you have to do the sublimation and that. So you get the more color, a little bit heavier of a bag. Not a lot, but just that whole saturation.
But here's Doug. Here's the funny part is the purples, the blacks, the more dye helps break down the fabric, which makes it a looser bag because the fabric's heavier. Like our blackout bags break in way faster than our whiteout bags. But so there's a science to everything, but if you want a custom bag or you want to do something, I mean, it is at that point whatever you want. You just have to play with it.
Well, in that that's the thing, right? Most bags, a lot of people think, even though I get that thing from Titan that says my bag's already broken in, I don't have to do much. I still have to throw them a little bit. I still got to make those bags work.
They're broken in because of Josh Holland.
Why does he sit there?
Well, the reason why was Josh Holland picked a set of our bags up off the table, went and won a tournament.
Oh, not just any tournament.
Right. So the thing is, we do a different, it's not a break-in once they're filled. It's not that. I'm not giving the secret away. We do a little bit of something to the bags before we even fill the bags. So they're like it says with the card you get, they are pre-broke in. So these people that get broken bag or non-broken bags that want to vinegar boil them or do anything outside. I mean, you can toss sauce our bags, but if you want to go to the extreme, as far as I've heard about people using vinegar, water, putting them in crock pots, driving
over the car.
Yeah, and they're letting them soak for 4 hours like we're cooking our pot roast. I wouldn't recommend that. They're gonna turn into like dish rags. Now,
Bruce,
if that's what you want, I'm fine with that.
I have 4 crock pots.
And you've got bags in them all the time.
No, I only have one for bags because my wife says I can't do it anyhow. But I have been bringing the bags in the cold tub.
Yeah, because you're in there icing, and they're probably mini bags.
No, that's what they turn into.
Because the only thing you buy is mini bags. I just shipped you a new mini airmail box.
What?
What are you talking about? What?
I didn't see it yet. When's it showing up?
You're probably getting it. I think that was Wednesday.
Is that what's coming on Monday?
It's possibly.
I look in my account and it says something's showing up on Monday, and I just got my bags yesterday.
That's probably it. I had my old guy build your mini box, and we shipped it out before I got to even write anything in it.
Well, Bruce, can I tell you something? So my niece and her boyfriend are on this chat right here. They're not talking in the chat, but they're in the background. But at my dad's service, I did bring mini boards.
Did you cut when I started making comments in the chat? Did y'all like stop the podcast and go private?
No, we stayed live.
Yeah, I'm not. How do I? You can see all the comment. Oh, I don't get to see all the comments.
Well, Bruce, it's a drop-down menu on the side. We'll teach you that later. That's level 2.
Hey, it's okay. I have my audio video engineer that's over here on the bed, just helping me out in case I do anything wrong. Doug, I got you, bro. And
But we did play mini bags at my dad's kind of mercy meal.
yeah,
So when the
how's
whole
that go?
family, oh, it was great. I won.
Well, I mean, of course, you played with a bunch of people that don't know what they're doing.
Shh.
Ask him, did he take the bags that I gave him at Bag and Bash?
Yeah, I mean, it's mini bags and you is a different breed.
Well, come on. I got the greatest bags that were ever made for mini bags.
I agree.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna find those. Give me 1 second. You guys talk amongst yourself.
They don't have your
Doug.
face on them, do you?
Doug, I do want to tell you something. And I'm hoping we're still going with the comments because Kyle that's one hell of a guy.
Yeah, I think he left to throw bags.
When we got off the chat last weekend, the next day he messaged me and I was doing me, and later on I messaged him back.
Bruce,
Maybe
you're
it
not
was
supposed to talk about that
Monday.
live.
Maybe it was Monday. And he's a hell of a guy. And I really want to get up there just to kind of talk face to face because I'm trying to do something with you, Doug, Kyle. When I get Brandon, everything we're doing now is actually geared up way towards Christmas. Everything we're doing is so wide open.
So Bruce, enough about you. Let's talk about me. I'm gonna show you
we're not even talking about you. We're talking about
No.
Doug.
Yeah.
we're talking
And
about
the
the greatest
fucking
mini bag.
The
Greatest
hell with
mini
you
bags.
and the hell with you and whooping everybody in mini
Hey,
bags.
listen.
Donnie,
Greatest
Donnie.
mini bag.
They're
I'm
cheater
just happy
bags.
I'm happy that right now I'm
Look at
corn
that.
dog and not what I was last week.
Yeah,
You were a corn dog.
he was corn Doug. He was corn dog last week. Now he's just
Hey.
Doug.
Brucey, look at that beautiful picture.
You look like a baby with a monocle. You look like you should do a Monopoly not go.
Well, here's the thing, right? I'm going to tell you the secret behind these bags.
You look like you should be doing a non-Monopoly go game.
But wait a minute. I get a random text message from your wife that says I need a baby picture and a new picture of you. One's angry, one's happy. And I'm like, I don't really have any angry pictures. So I sent her a couple pictures. When I show up at Bag and Bash, these are the bags that they hand me with my beautiful baby picture.
That's
then
what
my
happens
new
when you message my wife. You get some Frankenstein. That's what happens.
Hey, listen, those bags are pure sex.
Well, it's like Keaton said here. Looks like the guy you get to see when you go straight to jail. Do not touch me.
I'm hoping she's talking about that bag and not me. That's what I'm hoping.
No, but there's some great Bruce. What we were talking about before you came on, we're talking about some amazing things happening. I know you're going to Myrtle.
No,
Right?
Memphis. I'll be in
Memphis.
Memphis next. I'll be in Memphis next week.
Okay, so you have a booth set up.
We will have a booth set up all week. I get out there Thursday afternoon. I'll be there all the way until Sunday afternoon.
So we bring in all the new colorways.
I'm gonna leave that up to Matt.
Whatever he packs.
Whatever Matt and Brandon choose, I am just going to run the booth. I will have Josh with me for the whole weekend.
So you're just here to empty the trailer.
I'm just there to represent, show love, and take pictures and sign babies' foreheads.
So you're there to shake the babies and kiss people.
Well, I don't know about shake babies and kiss people, but I mean, I might shake people and kiss babies. I mean, I could do it the other way. I could just sign babies and fucking kick people. I don't know.
Oh, I love you to death.
It just depends on what time of the day it is.
And
But
that's
I
awesome.
will be there. Memphis, 100%. Friday
when does-
morning to Sunday.
What is that this weekend coming up, or is that
Coming up.
all right? So we're going right back to back. So it goes right from Tiverton. They pack everything up, drive it down to Memphis.
Memphis.
In Memphis
I
starts back
do know for a fact Adam Hissner, Trey Birchfield will be there. Not 100% on some of the other ones, but I do know they are because they're having to stay with me.
I know Steve and Lopez were at was that Bagnania or whatever that is this weekend.
Yeah, they're up in Wisconsin at the Badgerland Brawl,
Okay.
which I tried to go to, and apparently I got shut down a little bit. So
Wait a minute, you were fixing to go to it?
yeah, well, I was fixing to try to.
Now, any other plans for you for the rest of the season, or do you know what other ones you might be going to?
No, those are the only ones in the works. I do know I will be at, and Brandon will be at Grand Falls up in South Dakota at the Triple Crown event. No, that's in South Dakota.
It's on the border, but still in Iowa.
No, it's in South Dakota, North Dakota, not Iowa.
I'll be there with you.
But we will be there. That's the 19th through the 21st of January.
Someone's doing the live feeds.
Oh, yeah, we are doing the live feeds.
Me and Donnie's gonna do them.
Candy said she's going to be there with you to do the live feeds.
Listen, I'm
It's
there.
probably
I
going
gotta
to be a stale thing. You'll have to get some Ritz crackers to spruce it up a little bit.
I'm bougie.
I would. I will be
Yeah,
there
she's
because
bougie.
I am the official live feed with my sponsors of Titan Bags.
You are the official live feed. I am the official spokesman.
I will, Bruce. I will bring the extra recorder microphone just for you. The one I used out when we were out in Ventura, or when I was out in the crowd.
Yeah, I'm not playing in when we go to Grand Falls. I'm not playing.
Listen, I didn't lose a game today, Bruce.
Well, sorry, I'm trying to swap beers in a
Oh,
koozie.
Lord.
Oh.
Gosh, almighty.
We're not using that one. We got to get a new one.
No, it works really well if you just look at the hole, and then you
I
open
looked
it.
at the hole. I looked at the hole and it fell straight down. Guess what it didn't do? Surprise me.
You missed the hole.
No, I didn't miss the hole. It stayed on the popcorn tin. So as long as you're at least 10 inches wide, I can not miss.
Bruce, you are my spirit animal.
Well,
I'm a lot of people's spirit animal because I'm a savage.
Well, we're coming up on the hour here. Bruce, I want to thank you for coming on, stay on, and Donnie,
Doug,
thank you
you're
again
awesome.
for another week of this, Donnie. And for anyone watching, we're going to do this here every Saturday night that we're available to do stuff.
I'd love to be a part every week.
Because we've got no lives and nothing else.
Yeah. We just got to figure out Bruce's second. We'll bring him on all the time.
I mean, if you want to bring me on all the time, I'll make people watch. I'll hold them at gunpoint and make them watch. That's what I do.
All righty, friends. Thank you for signing on tonight. Because if you didn't sign on tonight, second place.
And
is
you
always
get a
up for
big
grabs.
DX suck it until next week.
And with that, keep throwing bags, having fun, and try not to throw corn dogs.